What's up, dude?
Hey,
What the hell? This is crazy.
what's going on?
Chilling, dude. Just chilling. Nothing.
What is all this?
It's just absolutely just
The f is this shit?
this is my stuff. It was my setup. This was the boat. While you were gone, I had to construct the ark. This is the ark. It's the ark, dude. Raise awareness about your swollen epididymis. Do you think it has to do with your giant dick banging against it when you try to?
No. It obviously does have a giant dick. We've all, but we can put to rest the idea that TSA scans you if you have a big dick, because I got scanned.
What?
And full tennis.
So far, the only people I know that happened to are you, Nate, and Shannon Sharp. So
I've seen Guard Dog get it, and Nate and Sean both have world-renowned giant hogs.
it could have just been your aura. Your aura might have been crazy that day.
It is uncomfortable. I've never had the guy do the back of the hands thing, and they really do it.
Yo.
Yeah, they really stroke you.
What?
It's fucked up.
Yeah, I think that would have hurt if it happened to me right now. My testicles are so swollen and tender.
That would have sucked. Whenever I go, when I have TSA pre-check, so I don't have to go through the scanner, but I would walk out of the scanner and they go, "Have a good day, ma'am." And I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
We all just saw your pussy.
Yeah, we saw your pussy in the scanner.
The ultrasound was nice, though.
I've told you. Yeah,
you had that, right?
I've had a testicular ultrasound once. Yeah,
Warm jelly?
it's
Warm
yeah. And
jelly.
the guy was a nurse, and I was joking the whole time, and he did not like it. He was wearing a Steelers bandana. I remember that. That was funny. He was wearing a Steelers bandana and rubbing gel on my nuts.
Oh.
And I was like, "Steelers look good this year, right?" He was like, "Just be quiet during the procedure."
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was one word dismissive answers.
That sucks.
Yeah,
But he warmed the jelly for you. That's kind of weird.
it wasn't warm.
Oh, you got cold jelly.
Yeah, I got regular jelly.
He had a
Mine was
voluptuous.
warm and sensual, and there was low lighting and candles lit and nice music playing
I was in
the
the
whole time.
basement of a hospital.
What'd
Where
you
was
have?
yours? It turns out nothing.
Mine was just at a ultrasound place, like a CAT scan ultrasound place.
It was just you
went
and
to
pregnant ladies?
like a baby place. That's why it was like
yeah,
that.
baby.
Yeah,
I kept
For
my
sure,
dad
it wasn't
kept-
for your balls. It was for women.
Well, they did it on my balls. Turns out they're twins.
How are your balls?
They're okay. I am suffering
having
from
twins.
epididymitis. I'm suffering from epididymitis right now, which seems to be more common than I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
But just not a lot of people are vocal about it, so I'm happy to
Sure.
be vocal about it and say that I'm struggling with it right now, raise awareness for epididymitis. I'm almost done with my antibiotics, and it still kind of hurts, so that makes me nervous.
Shit. That sucks.
I tried to be sexually active this morning, and the pain came right back. So
Wait,
I'm a
when you
little
said
nervous.
you tried, how far did you get in the process?
I was, well, I don't want to be graphic.
Did you
or
have a
anything.
boner?
I had a boner, and I started,
Outer course?
no, intercourse
Did you start with petting at
with a
first, though?
partner.
Heavy
There
petting?
was some heavy petting, and then I was with my partner.
You were aroused during heavy petting.
Yes. So then I was like, hell, what, I feel pretty good now. Why not just give it a shot?
Yeah,
And you're like, "Oh."
And then I was like, oh, we have to stop right now. Yes.
And you made sure she was on board for sexual penetration. You're like, "Hey, I'm going to
she was
penetrate
on
you. Are you
board.
okay with this?"
Yes, I made sure everything was okay.
It's fucking podiums. Just looking over at you with that dumbass shit. Going, "I'm going to penetrate you." It's just,
I mean, it's truly,
I should have a
it's
family.
definitely when the Roman Empire was like falling apart and they would like throw a giant Festivus just to keep it together.
just trot out some bullshit.
Dude, I was reading about the, well, I'm glad but do you want to continue? What happened though? So you were in your
Oh, well, we don't have to continue.
no, I want to hear,
it's
how it
okay.
ended.
You're tearing up.
You were in the throes of petting.
I was in the throes of petting and then turned to passion. And then turned
So
to penetration.
it's nice when petting leads to passion. It usually does, but when it doesn't, and all you did was pet a little,
Then you get angry.
disastrous.
Charge
Well,
it
that's
up.
how I am right. I'm very charged up right now because I engaged in a sexual act, but I didn't get to finish the sexual act. So now I'm sort of just angry and in pain.
It was a good night.
Hell yeah.
But you penetrated a little this morning,
Yeah.
and then
And I had to give up because it just hurt so bad, and I felt so much shame. I felt like less of a man because I couldn't continue.
that happens.
I felt like
That happens. The blue knight giveth, the blue knight taketh away. And
dilly.
yeah, you feel like less of a man. It's the worst when the girl's like, "That's okay." You go, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, that's kind of well, dude.
It was your fault.
So I
so
got
funny.
out of ice pack. Like I was like, I had to stop and then get an ice pack and sit by myself.
Did she
and
get to
be
nurse you, or
angry.
did you had to nurse yourself?
I didn't want to be nursed. I was kind of just ashamed of myself. So I just sat on the couch and iced my testicle.
Slunk away.
A sober losing a boner's got to be tough.
I didn't even lose the boner. It was just my nut hurt really
Oh.
bad. So
You're
I
just
just couldn't
icing
keep
your
going.
giant dick on the couch.
No, my
It
testicle,
was so
not my
pathetic. I just had
penis.
to ice my giant hard dick on the couch.
No. It wasn't hard at the time of the icing.
I was just hot, giant, soft, sick.
Fucking piece of shit.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm
Had to ice my
embarrassed.
languorous genitals.
I'm embarrassed, but I am happy I don't have to suffer in silence anymore.
True.
I'm happy to get the word out.
I
Yeah,
want,
that sucks.
dude,
Yeah,
I'm
that
telling you,
would
flip
make me
switched.
so angry.
I'm like every day.
You like it?
Yeah, I'm just charged up, and I know it's coming. So it's like it'll come eventually. I just don't. I've just like unburdened myself from thinking about it all the time. But my, I won't say who this was, but I have an ally in my, kind of my chastity, and was not full chastity.
I see.
But he was saying if he sees an attractive woman, he just stops and goes, "Thank you for the energy boost," and he just keeps it moving.
Good lord.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I mean, if I had to guess,
Clearly my
James.
brother. my brother.
No, I thought
Billy
it was
or
Egan.
Tom?
There's a lot of suspects.
Yeah, there's a lot
that
of
could
weird
be-
fucking
yeah.
guys.
True.
There's a lot of weirdos
Egan
out there.
James DeMcCusker.
You say Egan?
Egan.
Oh, I was gonna say Egan. That would,
Egan. Well, we already talked about this. This is his business, not mine.
Yeah, Egan's on like 100 days again.
Yeah, he's easy. I hope he's
He-
not lying though. If it turns
yeah,
out he's lying,
That's,
that would
dude.
really
sounds
hurt
like
me.
a lie.
I thought about that. If you lie
He
about,
does go to confession every week.
it could be. I'm lying about nofap.
I masturbated again.
If
this
you
week and
lie
I lied
about
it.
nofap, that's how you end up like smoking meth with little boys at a youth camp. Once you start lying about sex stuff, I feel like the wheels
Yeah.
come off.
Yeah.
yeah, if you gotta give up lying about sex stuff probably freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
That's when everyone's at their peak. They're like,
Pussy
yeah, dude, I
lying.
fucking titty fucked her. I had one friend that lied about titty fucking a girl. It was awesome. What a great lie. Yeah, we didn't have sex, but I titty fucked her.
I've always admired those guys.
And we were all friends. We were like, did he titty fuck you? She was like, no.
That's such a sick move. It never occurred to me to just lie about having sex with a lady. It's never my move.
I remember I used to lie about saying there was a stretch of time where everybody I grew up with would be like, nah, I don't masturbate. That's weird.
Really?
Yeah. And like
And my boys
early.
were on some other shit.
Well, no, this is like,
You guys are
We
different.
were on some other shit.
I was too eventually, but there was like about a year when we were like 13 or 12 where everyone was like, nah, that's lame or gay or whatever. We don't do that.
It's a
crazy.
good squad.
But then we all started doing
Was it the wrestling buddies?
No, just buddies.
Just sodomizing wrestling
The
buddies.
wrestling buddies?
I thought you were talking about the like the pillow wrestling buddies.
Oh, no.
I took a knife to
Sodomizing.
my wrestling buddy once.
Well, for
Why?
what?
What
All
do you do?
alone. Stabbed Hulk Hogan.
What? I hung a
just to
teddy
see how
bear
it
from a
felt.
tree.
Yeah, my parents were very,
They're upset.
yeah.
Yeah, I
what was
bet.
you doing in your room last night?
I murdered Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I ripped the stuffing out of a teddy bear and hung it from a tree when I was little, and my parents are similarly like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"It's
it's a
funny."
real
They're like,
problem.
"That's not funny at all. It's disturbing." I was like, "Whatever." I was done with it.
They shouldn't have gave me a pocket knife.
True.
You know,
You poked him up.
Test
That
it
was your
out.
celly. You
Test
poked
it
up. You
out.
poked up your celly. Hit Hulk Hogan with a fucking hawk.
yeah, he
dude.
kept taking bottom bunk. Dude. I was getting bitched by him, just me and him. I was like, no, you go up top. Fine.
You're getting humped
Yeah,
by a
one
wrestling
night.
pillow. fuck Hulk.
One night I said, enough is enough. Took a Swiss Army to the gut.
You're one of Hulk's boys, dude, in the cell.
He had a whole stable. My dad, you get my dad, and he was like a Chucky doll, except he would rape me and my dad.
Your dad was shot calling on the yard. Dude.
He was
There's no
trying to
way.
shot call. He was tough.
There's no way
We
Hulk
take
would
Hulk out. Yeah, me and my dad were Aryan brothers. Hulk.
Well, Hulk might be too.
Hulkamania, yeah, he's definitely an Aryan brother. He's an Aryan brother.
Hell yeah, brother. That'd be nice watching like WWE with like the Aryan Brotherhood and like a white wrestler wins. They're probably like
They're probably going nuts during the
Right on.
DX versus Nation of Domination days. I know I was. That got me. That stirred some racism I didn't know I had yet. DX all did blackface. I was like, yeah, it's all good.
Dad, what is this feeling? When I see the Nation, I get so upset.
You're growing up, son.
Let's take a walk, son. Oh, fudge.
Yeah, that's the birds and the bees combo.
True.
They're different.
Well, what was funny was I was reading it, and it was like, they're like, dude, the Aztecs were arguably just as advanced as the Spaniards, like the city.
I think we found out.
Yeah, well, they were too darn nice.
That's what keeps happening. Everybody
nice.
that's ever been conquered was just too nice.
Too nice, man. They were too
crazy.
Even the who are the people that, on Hispaniola? It's now the Dominican Republic and Haiti, but they were like the Taoni or something, and they apparently Christopher Columbus rolled up on him, and he goes, he wrote in his own journals.
Yeah, he was like, these guys would make good slaves. They're docile.
Yeah, he's like, they're just so nice. He called them naked, basically naked and afraid. He goes, they're so naked and timid. He's like, they're naked and timid. He's like, I'm definitely gonna smack. And they helped him build a settlement, and then something happened. It got fucked up, and he came back and literally destroyed the entire population.
Damn.
Although a lot of disease kind of was like 80% of it. But yeah, that sucks, bro, to be like at the zenith of your setup and just you're literally slaves for the Spaniards. Worse, they were probably like, dude, when is fucking 1400 gonna be over, dude? This is
1492 sucks.
1492 sucks. Can't wait for 1493.
1493 is gonna be my year.
Our population's decreased by 80%. I can't wait for this year to be over. I'm so done with 1492.
It must have been. Yeah, that was a tough time.
Yeah, dude. Especially when you find out later on that he called you naked and timid. I'd be so mad if like, dude, they're all naked and fucking scared like bitches. I mean, that would piss me off. All fucking naked and afraid.
They were naked.
They were literally naked and afraid. They were at the show.
Yeah, would have been scary.
Yeah, but it was.
I was naked and afraid this morning when my testicles started hurting.
You're all timid on the couch.
Yeah, I was very
There's nothing
timid.
worse than being naked and afraid.
Yeah.
Every night when I go to bed.
Yeah.
You're bumping the night.
You're naked sleep.
I am a naked sleeper. Dude.
I don't know how you do
That's
that.
how you scare off criminals.
True. That's
Oh
good.
my God.
With an assault
Oh
rifle.
my God.
naked.
With an Eagles assault rifle and a tiny penis. Get out of here.
Yeah, that would be terrified. I'd rather like just 5 dogs
Just a
attack me.
giant naked man with a tiny penis
If
and
I
an
saw his
Eagles
favorite team on
machine
if I
gun.
saw his favorite team on the gun, I'd be like, I'm dead.
Yeah,
He's
this
like,
guy's something's wrong.
this guy's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I used to be a naked sleeper. Now I have to wear like
I wear
at least
skivvies,
boxer shorts now because like my kids just
You gotta get up. Yeah.
oh yeah I got to get up with them and they just fucking crawl on them. They can climb over their gates now. So I literally woke up last night like 2 a.m. Chloe was in my bed. I'm like, where the fuck did you get in
Crawled
here?
out of her gate.
She climbed. She showed me how she did it this morning. She climbs up, crawls over, and I have like like the decorative pillows on the bed.
Yeah.
I always swipe those off. So it's like a minefield of pillows. She navigated it all somehow of just like walking through the pitch black over pillows, climbed over me, didn't wake me up.
I know it's played out, but the decorative pillows.
Dude.
Yeah.
Big Pillow got our bitches with that.
Yeah.
They tricked all the
It's
bitches.
crazy, dude.
That's the dumbest thing possible.
It's so fucking annoying, dude.
You can't even sleep with them. Have you tried to sleep with one like on your
No,
chest
they're
or something?
uncomfortable.
It's the most uncomfortable. It's the
Yeah.
most rough, jagged edged pillow.
Tassels on the side.
Yeah.
They're dumbest. They're the
Jagged edge.
True. I hate them,
jagged
dude.
edge right now.
They're so annoying, especially like in the mornings where my babe will be like, help me make the bed. It's just like,
Yeah.
dude,
We gotta stack 8 pillows.
don't put him like that. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking burn the house down with our whole family. Fucking telling me how to arrange these pillows.
But
I'm
up
going
there,
for a walk.
decorative blankets are rough too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some scratchy ass blankets.
Yeah.
on our
Scratchy
couch.
ass
comfy
blankets that are about it.
blankets.
They're like 3 feet wide. They're just scarves.
Bullshit.
They put them on the back of your couch. You're laying down. You go, oh, there's a blanket right there. Never mind.
Yeah, I am gonna need women to kind of get it together. Stop getting tricked by fucking marketing and shit. My wife reads her marketing emails. I'm like, you can separate your inbox, dude. Just
Oh, like
the
promos
deals,
like
and
the
shit.
deals.
Adidas, 10% off.
Yes, I've watched her do it. I'm like, bro,
That's terrifying.
you can separate your inbox. She's like, no, it's just. I'm
I want
like,
to see what the deals are.
I'm like, dude, I'll see her in bed. I'm like, stop looking at that stuff.
Holy shit.
She reads her whole inbox.
That's crazy.
That's who those are for then. I've
dude,
always wondered. I was like, why do they do this?
It's girls. Girls, and they hear the deals, bro, and it just triggers something for them. It's like they're forgers, bro. We're out for the hunt. They're forgers.
True.
And it's like a
Trying
little
to
forge
gather.
alert.
Forging.
Like there's berries in the pasture, and they go and fucking collect them. And yeah, that shit fucking freaks me out when I see you're like 10% off now, and I'm like, bro, shut it down, shut down the spam.
Yeah, it's 100% off for you everywhere. So
True. Yeah. Doing it. And I just literally walked to Nando's and just got wings. And I knew I wasn't hungry. I was like, I'm eating for comfort.
You're following my path.
I literally
You're
did.
following my absolute
I
freak out
literally
path.
did. I was
You
complete.
go, I gotta change everything. You know what? I'm gonna eat wings. I'm good.
I texted you right away. I was like, it made me laugh. I sat on the thing and I was like, this is exactly what he does. And I was eating them outside in the heat and just sweat stinging my eyes. And as I got more full, I was like, I feel okay now.
Yeah, you gotta get sick and hot, and then you go, all right, I'm ready to go on stage.
And I felt much better. And then I got it together, but I was still nervous because I had to do shows at the Hollywood Improv. Of course,
It's uncomfortable.
They're going to bring, there's like a small room. Like, we're going to bring a bunch of people out from the industry. I'm like, great. Thanks.
Great.
So then I at least got to perform at the mothership. I ran it. I was like, all right, I still remember it. That's good. Did the improv. It was cool. And then, then the taping, dude, I was like, first night I was like freaking and I kept flubbing lines. Like the sets were fine. I kept flubbing lines.
You probably weren't flubbing them.
I was flubbing them, bro.
It's all in your head.
That's what they said.
It was a
slight
major.
fuck up, and in your head, you're like,
At one point, I literally did. It was kind of funny. I was like, fuck, start over. And it was fun. But the one I did flub so bad. A couple I did. And then, so the first night they were like, yeah, it's good. We got it. And I was like, I didn't love any of the sets. I was like, fine enough. And then the second night leading up to it, I literally cracked my head on a camera. Dude. And you know what was funny though? Because I was like going in the second night, the whole thing, especially when it's like, I don't know if you ever dealt with this, when like you see the whole camera setup and you're like, all these people are here to film me. You're like, I'm going to fucking blow it, dude.
yeah.
I was like just bugging out. And I was like, I'm in over my head. Fuck. But then when I hit my head, they were like, just trying to fix it. It was like literally a bleeding wound. So they had to put liquid bandage on it and just cover it with makeup to try for
You should have
continuity.
kept the blood. Just occasionally have an edit where your face.
honestly,
Yeah,
I would have been kind of
that
sick,
would have been awesome.
especially because they would kind of play with the intro too. But
The one thing I want to do is put myself in the audience,
that would be
like
nasty.
over and over again, laughing, just in different outfits.
That's so funny.
Why don't you do that? That's awesome.
That's so funny.
That's so good.
Maybe this one. If this one's not good, I'll do something weird.
AI the audience, so
My
that
hour's
it's
bad.
just you.
I'll do something goofy.
True. That's what I had to do.
No, that's
No,
not
you
true.
have to
I'm kidding. Dude, so then I'm like, the second night is like, all right, you have to nail it this night. Like all this fucking hoopla to film it. And then I was sitting backstage and just the fact that I'd cracked my head on a camera was like weirdly reassuring. I was like, dude, you're literally a dumbass. Like,
Yeah.
stop worrying about anything. You're just a dumb moron. You cracks your head the day before. I was like doing jumps too, because they were like, just for like alternate takes, I was like jumping off the stage, clearing, trying to like clear people at a table. I was how high on a
They
damn.
were really big
Jeez,
jumps.
You're fucking on roids. You're doing
I swear to
crazy
God, he
shit.
jumped so far too.
Bro, I
It
literally.
was so
Yeah,
far.
he's fucking.
Well, they were like,
steroids.
you gotta stop. You get twisted ankle, you ruin the whole thing. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna jump as high as I
Like, I
can.
want to break every bone in front of my family. Destroy me in front of my family. Honor.
But yeah, it turned out good, so I was happy. But it was funny. It was such a dumb epiphany to be like, I was a fucking moron. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even try to pretend to,
Take this seriously.
yeah, or myself whatsoever. Be like, do I really have what it takes? It's like, no, you're a moron, dude.
Just go.
Just do your stupid thing. All these cameras.
Yeah, the cameras. When I filmed the Netflix special,
That
they
was
have the
insane.
big one on the like the crane. My whole first hour, I was just. I just stared at it the entire. It would fly through the air, so I'd be like, "This has to be ruining the show for anybody around this."
my second night, I had a giant white, like a spackle patch on my forehead.
Yeah, because he got red, but the makeup was his
I
original
turned
skin
red and it
tone.
was just bright white right here. And I would go to like make facial expressions. It would just be a smooth circle. It just wouldn't move. It was
I
so
did
funny.
the movie I was just filming. The director would be like, "Find the lens. Look into the lens when you say your line." I didn't know he meant like near the lens. I spent 3 days going, hey. He didn't catch it. He didn't catch it. So I might not be in this movie. Every scene I'm going, but what do we do now?
Like, yeah, it was SNL.
Straight, I was directly into the lens every single day. And then,
dude, they can just edit your eyes now. The shit now, the effects are crazy.
I eventually, like day 4 of staring into the lens, I was like, when you say at the, he's like, no, don't look into the lens. I was like, I got bad news for you. Every scene.
They're going to AI your eyes where they're just kind of like this way.
He's a blind guy.
That's what they're gonna have to do. I think they're gonna have to like use like editing to kind of like make it look like it doesn't have a giant.
Yeah,
fake
I don't know.
that.
The second one looks better though, I thought.
It did, but it was still like a purple bruise on my head that wasn't there the first night. So
Yeah, if I put makeup on, the red, they never get my ears or my neck. It's just dark red, and my face is white. I look like a Japanese lady.
your ears are just crimson.
Dark red.
Yeah, man, it was sick. It was a lot of fun.
That was so much
But
fun.
I'm fucking wiped, dude. I'm dead. It was a whole week. We did a whole week out there, and I would just get woken up at like 7 o'clock by my kids. So I'd be out doing that, wake up early. I was running on literally fumes the whole time. I was like, the whole time I'm like, I'm such a fucking idiot. This is the worst way you can possibly do this. It was tight. Our Airbnb was filthy. The second
frat
one,
house.
it was a frat house, dude.
Oh no,
It was disgusting. I got like a cold from it, I think, because they had air pure. The place, dude, they didn't clean it. Like there was like cans next to one of the beds, just like wine coolers and a pack of peanut M&Ms just laying there. It was like, dude, I get it if you don't like hit all the nooks and crannies, but you guys don't even
we
look.
bought. We having a long argument. I ended up falling down. I lost the argument.
Yeah, true.
This time it was Chris.
You
Chris.
fell?
So we're sitting there for so long arguing, and I was like, man, Chris is fucking. At one point, I had to be like, watch how you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy.
He
He
was
was screaming. He did say, all right, my bad on that. Yeah.
It was full.
And then Lemaire agreed with me on something. He was like, oh, of course, you fucking suck his fucking dick. Fucking ball wash him. It was like, Lemaire never does that. Lemaire disagrees with everything I say.
He literally does.
Yeah, he's a cocksucker. But he was like mad at Lemaire. Then he got mad. Then he stood up and fell over a chair. He kept his balance, but as soon as he stood up, I was like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah.
And then he came
I
back
was like,
and
"I
called
forgive
me.
you." No, he called Nate for way too long. He kept talking to me.
What do you call you for, Nate?
Well, Nate sold us out.
Nate sold us out, yeah.
Nate sold us out, and then you left Lemaire in a very uncomfortable spot. If Lemaire's here, if Lemaire's around me without you guys, it's very weird.
What happens?
He's just as quiet and like when he
Just
lived
like,
with
man.
me, he would just walk through the house.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Shane, and leave.
I don't want to activate you.
Yeah, you were around for some tough ones. I'd be hungover. I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house.
He's so quiet around. Oh, great. You again. What the fuck, dude?
I keep thinking about the plane.
The plane, that was fun.
Getting drunk on the plane. You're like, whatever.
Yeah, on the way there, you're terrified of
When
flying.
you're sober.
Way back, you have 4 drinks. You're like, kill me. Kill me right now. I don't give a fuck. I'll beat God's ass for this. Right when I get to the pearly gates, I'm sprinting into his house. You motherfucker. You gonna fucking kill me in a plane? You fucking bitch.
I was doing stuff.
We were talking about getting to the pearly gates and St. Peter being like, oh, Shane Gillis, it looks like you says here. Just fucking shut the fuck up, dude. Like God lives in a townhouse. He's running through his screen door while he's watching TV. Just you fucking bitch. Why'd you kill me on a plane?
What if you went there? He's like, Shane, you are my strongest angel. He's like, yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, I knew. That's why I would beat the shit out of St. Peter like that.
The fuck, dude?
Yeah, St. Peter's kind of, excuse my French, Lord, a bitch. You
Whoa,
know?
whoa.
What the fuck are you
You're
talking about,
the
dude?
rock of the church, dude.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
I mean, dude, the rock of the church is Jesus, but that's just my idea.
No,
Jesus is the fucking church. Jesus is the body of the church. Peter's a rock.
Peter's the rock that it's built upon.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's not as sophisticated as Paul, but
Wait,
his
Peter
actions.
lied. or Peter fucking.
Peter denied him.
What would
Peter
you have
denied
done, dude?
Jesus.
You're about to get crucified
Like, we're
upside
gonna
down,
fucking
man.
cut your
Stop
head
talking
off.
shit.
He's like, I don't even know that fucking guy.
Dude, the imminent
And
threat.
everyone's just like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
Like, we saw you hanging out with him every day.
Nah.
I hated him too. I'm Judas.
I've been reading about the Desert Fathers. Did you ever get down with those guys?
No.
Dude, there was these guys in like, I think the 4th century who once, I think Constantine was a guy who like made it the Roman, Roman, the Catholic Church, or whatever, the official religion. There were these guys that were just already Catholics or Christians that were like, fuck this. They're like, this is not good. And they just went to the desert and just fucking
Got mainstream.
It got too mainstream.
Dude, I like the Old Testament.
Yeah, for real.
All these new fans suck.
Yeah, for real. They were like, sell out. And then they went out. And then also they knew, because I think the guy was like using it for battles. He was like, he saw the sun.
That was a 10.
Like a 10.
That was a 10. No, I was going, fuck.
Screaming.
Fuck that.
Oh.
Dude, that's terrible. I'd rather die.
Yeah, I
You'd
wanted
have to kill me if I have an abscess.
How many
It was
shots?
really painful. It was, I lost count, probably like 4 or 5.
Oh.
Lemaire's S
His
is
popped on
it's
its
probably
own.
my favorite. It's my favorite thing that's ever happened.
I had to.
Bubble?
Yeah,
His bubble exploding and stinking up an entire urgent care. His ass fucking bubble exploded.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude,
God. I would fucking hate you. If I was in that room, I'd still hate you.
That'd be a nice
I
episode
would
of
think
House.
about it every day.
Big episode of House come in, be like, some black guy's ass exploded. That's a black ass explosion, guys. Move over. I got it.
Oh man.
It hurts my testy to laugh.
It hurts your balls to laugh.
Oh no. Just rob me of the
Squat's down, dude.
I got the bus down all right now.
True.
buddy.
Fucked up head. Your head's
True, I
Yeah,
forgot
who would
about
have thought that this lifestyle would lead us to severe health issues?
that. I did have kind of a panic attack in my car. I haven't microdosed in a while, and it hit me this morning like a ton of bricks. I was driving over here, and like my pinky was touching my ring finger. I just didn't like it. I was like, I don't like the way my pinky feels on my ring finger.
Yeah, I guess that bothers me now that you mentioned it.
It was killing me.
Yeah, that would bother me.
I was like, my hands started feeling fuzzy. I was like, I'm gonna die. Fuck, this sucks. I finally overdid it.
The Cali weed was freaking me out.
Yeah.
After the first night of your taping, I was like, dude,
I
everybody
dropped
fucking
Sean off at
hates
the
me.
wrong hotel.
Oh, yeah. I was so high after maybe the Thursday show, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like a mall, so there's a bunch of hotels, and we just stopped at a hotel, and I was so high, I was like, all right, see you, Matt. And I got out, and I just smoked a cigarette out front of it for like 5-10 minutes before I realized that I was in the wrong place.
I was driving away being like, dude, I can't believe I navigated right back to the right hotel. I didn't even use my phone. I was like, that was pretty good. And he called, I was at a light, and he called me like, dude, I'm at the wrong hotel. I was like, fuck.
I
Being
took the
fucked
Shoelace
being
Express
fucked
home.
up and trying to get into a hotel is. I've done it 10,000 times, dude.
Every 10,000
Every
hours.
check-in, I'll be like, I left my key in my room. How's you guys' night going?
You have any water?
The worst one was, I was in a K-hole.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I can't move. I got to sit in the lobby. I can't walk.
Oh, no.
And then Kreischer showed up and was like, you can walk. And I easily could walk.
Whoa.
I could have walked the whole time. I
was
sat in
the
the
Blue
lobby
Knight.
like,
You might be the best person in the world to be like, you can walk through a K-hole. Trust me, I've been 40 K-holes. Get up, Shane.
yeah, going to the wrong. Get up, you can do it.
He might be the Blue Knight, dude.
That's
He
what
could
I
be
was
the Blue
thinking.
Knight. He could. God.
Dilly.
That's so funny. He was like, you just laid
Yeah,
there?
I was sitting in a chair in the lobby, in front of the desk. Everyone was just kind of like,
Damn.
"All right, this guy's chilling."
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's basically a homeless guy. Just came in and sat, and everyone was like, "All right, I guess he's doing something." Sat there for at least an hour.
Did you try to like, I guess you went on your phone or like, what did you do?
No, I
Just
was
laid there.
literally on ketamine. I was
Oh, you were
on
fucked.
for an hour.
Were you
I need help.
drinking on the ketamine
I
too?
need help. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's a heavy depressant.
Hmm.
Depressant,
It was pretty
dissociative.
nice. It went
That's
away.
cool. That's
It went
chill.
away quick. It's literally as soon as he
Like
was
an
like,
hour?
"You can walk," I was like, "Oh, all right."
Turns out I can.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard of people thinking they were doing like coke, and it turns out it's ketamine, and just being like, "What the fuck?"
You would have to do a pretty.
It was
you'd have
liquid.
to- yes.
They said they thought it was liquid cocaine.
That's what I had.
Hmm.
I had the nasal spray.
That's what happened.
The prescription nasal ketamine.
Yeah,
How do you get your hands on that? Like, what's it prescribed for?
I don't know.
You can get it
Depression?
online, dude. You can get
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you can get ketamine pretty easy, I think,
yeah,
through a doctor.
Interesting.
verified. You can get lozenges. You can get like,
I never did it.
you can
It's
Sounds
I
kind of
can
fun.
get it for you if you want.
it's
Sean.
not that fun. Stick to blow.
All right. If you say so.